Ever wondered what it feels like to battle a real-life sea monster? Not some creature from a fantasy novel, but a behemoth of the deep, a fish so massive it could swallow you whole. Welcome to Deep Sea Discoveries. Subscribe to keep the channel growing. Today, we're diving into the legendary tale of the largest fish ever caught on a rod and reel, a story that blurs the line between fishing and an epic odyssey. This isn't just about a big fish. It's about human determination, the raw power of nature, and a record that has stood for over half a century. The year is 1959. The place, Ceduna, off the coast of South Australia. Our hero is a man named Alf Dean, a local fisherman with a reputation for chasing giants. But on this particular day, April 21st, he was about to make history. His target? The ocean's apex predator, the great white shark. Fishing for great whites isn't like casting for bass in a lake. It requires immense strength, nerves of steel, and a whole lot of chum. In Alf's case, a massive amount of whale blubber to create an irresistible scent trail in the water. Imagine the scene, the vast deep blue of the Southern Ocean stretching to the horizon. The air is thick with anticipation. Alf and his crew have been laying a chum slick for hours, a greasy, bloody invitation into the depths. Suddenly, the water's surface breaks, not with a splash, but with a presence. A dorsal fin, the size of a small sail, slices through the water. This was no ordinary shark. This was the one, the monster they had been waiting for. The shark took the bait, a chunk of porpoise attached to a hook that was more like a metal anchor. And then, the fight began. This wasn't a quick tug of war. This was a battle of endurance. The shark, a powerhouse of muscle and instinct, stripped line from Alf's heavy-duty reel at an alarming rate. We're talking about a custom-built rod and a 130-pound test line, the strongest available at the time. Yet the fish pulled as if it were thread. Alf had to use every ounce of his strength, bracing himself against the boat, his muscles screaming in protest. Think about the forces at play. A fully grown great white can weigh over 2 tons and swim at speeds up to 25 miles per hour. When a creature like that decides to run, it's like hooking your line to a runaway submarine. The pressure on the rod, the line, and the fisherman is almost unimaginable. Modern anglers use fighting chairs and sophisticated harnesses to distribute the load. But back then, it was a much more primal struggle between man and beast. For over an hour, Alf fought this titan. The shark would dive deep, pulling the boat along with it, then surface, thrashing its massive head from side to side. Every moment was a risk. A single mistake, a moment of lost tension, and the line would snap, the legend would swim away, and the story would end. But Alf Dean was no ordinary fisherman. He was patient. He was relentless. He let the shark tire itself out, skillfully applying pressure, reeling in line inch by precious inch whenever he got the chance. He was in a dance with a giant, a deadly waltz, where one wrong step meant disaster. His crew watched in awe, ready to assist, but knowing this was Alf's battle to win or lose. The physical toll is immense. Your back feels like it's breaking, your arms are on fire, and your mind has to stay laser-focused, predicting the fish's next move. It's a chess match played with brute force. Finally, after a grueling hour that must have felt like a lifetime, the shark began to weaken. Its powerful runs became shorter. Alf, sensing his moment, put every last bit of his energy into bringing the creature alongside the boat. The sheer scale of it was breathtaking. It was longer than a car, wider than a doorway. Getting a fish of this magnitude into the boat is impossible. The crew had to secure it with ropes and tow it back to shore. When they finally got the behemoth back to the jetty at Ceduna, the town came to a standstill. People gathered, their eyes wide with disbelief. The shark was hoisted onto the weigh station, the chains straining under the immense load. The scale settled, and the official weight was announced, an unbelievable 2,664 pounds. That's over 1,200 kilograms. To put that into perspective, that's the weight of a small car, like a Toyota Yaris or a Mini Cooper. It measured a staggering 16 feet and 10 inches long. Alf Dean hadn't just broken a record. he had shattered it. This catch was so monumental that it was immediately recognized by the International Game Fish Association, the official keepers of world fishing records. And here's the most incredible part. To this day, Alf Dean's 1959 catch remains the largest fish ever caught on a rod and reel according to IGFA rules. Many larger sharks and other fish have been caught since, of course, especially on commercial long lines. For example, a 20-foot great white nicknamed Deep Blue is estimated to weigh over 4,000 pounds. But as far as a single angler fighting a fish under strict sporting regulations, Alf's record is the Everest of fishing. Why has this record stood for so long? A few reasons. Firstly, the rules have changed. Today, great white sharks are a protected species in many parts of the world, including Australia and the US. Targeting them for sport is illegal, and any that are caught incidentally must be released. This conservation effort is crucial for the health of our oceans, as great whites are vital apex predators. Secondly, the sheer difficulty of the feat. Landing a fish of that size requires a perfect storm of location, equipment, skill, and a healthy dose of luck. Alf Dean found himself in that perfect storm. His story became a legend, a benchmark for every big game angler who followed. It represents the pinnacle of what's possible when human skill meets the wild power of the ocean. It is a testament to a time when the seas seemed limitless and full of monsters waiting to be discovered. While our relationship with these magnificent creatures has evolved towards conservation and understanding, we can still look back and marvel at the audacity and achievement of Alf Dean. He went looking for a giant and came back with a legend. His catch wasn't just a fish. It was a dream made real, a story that will be told by fishermen around campfires and on charter boats for generations to come. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible fishing tale. If you were as amazed by this story as I was, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into epic adventures. Let us know in the comments what legendary story you want to hear next. See you on the next one.